front row. Stevie Smith trying. Front row. Stevie Smith trying to make it 3 wins in 4 nights. Beside him, Cody Darrah on the outside of row 2. Grid is out. Oh, gosh, you're later on. Alan Crime, Stevie Smith. Smith on the outside will grab the race lead. Continues. Darrah around the outside. Gets by Grimes. We have a new leader. Final turn. Picking up tonight's Keystone Cup Series winner, Lincoln Speedway, is Cody Darrah.
All right, Cody. Way to go, Cody.
Lots of congratulations as he comes around the race car. Good job, brother. Cody, you killed him.
I don't know, man. With Stevie out there, he get the early lead, you know, it makes me nervous, you know. All I got to do is tell myself to calm down and get my wheels under me, you know, and let these shocks and this motor do the job, you know. This Maxim chassis really hooks up, and, you know, Steve and the crew, they're doing an awesome job, you know. They definitely put the car under us, and it's about time we get one of these.
I know you watched another leader for a couple of laps. All of a sudden, there you go. Tell us about that pass to take the lead.
We get a restart, you know, and it gets myself to think about what I was doing, and man, just to finally, you know, just to get the car under me and get going, you know, it was pretty tough there with Crimes running the bottom and Stevie running the top. You know, it's not much room to pass, but we finally did it. You know, racing here in Lincoln is just awesome. You know, whether you're leading and you're out in the lap traffic, you know, there's always something going on and something you got to make exciting. You know, I thought I was going to lose the lead when I was riding off the 7s right rear there. But hats off to these guys who are working on this thing. They work so hard. You know, there's not a maintenance program in this pit just like the one Steve's got, and it shows here tonight.
It is so hard to keep your focus when you run that many non-stop laps. You're dealing with lap traffic. You know you got guys behind you. You missed a heck of a race for 2nd through 6th. Might have helped you out a little bit, but you know when you go that many laps non-stop, it's really hard to concentrate.
Yeah, it's amazing here what 5 extra laps does. You know, or during the regular show you have 25 laps and you just wish for 5. You know, not except for when you're leading here. You know, 5 extra laps goes a long way with these cars. You know, and it's just a tough deal all around.
You already mentioned it. Of course, there's other people I know you have to thank here, and that's not only do you have a huge fan following, but you also have a huge family that's behind you every step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, coming down here and there ain't enough cameras with big enough zooms to put my whole family in. You know, that just shows you the support they got, and they come here every week. You know, my Uncle Rick, you know, he's there by my side. He got his first win the other week for the year, and I'm glad it carried over throughout the family.
You have been having a lot of trouble getting this car started and keeping it running. Boy, tonight they hit it.
Yeah, they did. This, you know, we ran into some bad luck there, and we're digging out of it. You know, we're finally getting a handle on this cars, and, you know, standing here, I just remember the night ain't over.
The night ain't over. Congratulations on the big win here tonight.
I got to thank all the fans coming out here. You know, when we pulled in the parking lot and seen the lines of stacked people, you know, it's amazing. You got to thank everyone for coming out and supporting this deal.
Well, we're going to get Cody to draw the winning 50-50 number with tonight's Keystone Cup winner, Cody Darrah!